Open SolidWorks and start part modeling. In the part modeling, first we'll set the units to IPS system and then we'll insert equations. So from the tree, we can add equations, or from the tools also, we can go to equations. So we'll right click on the equations, we'll click on manage equations. So here we'll be inserting all the global variables, all the parameters, and we'll assign values to them. So after assigning the value, it will give you the final value, which will fall under the evaluates tab. In the comment section, you can give your remarks, give or define what the variable is. Then we'll assign. So the first variable is P, which is the diametral pitch. We give the value as 8. Then N is the number of teeth, which is 16, and phi is the pressure angle, which is 20 degrees. So from the bottom here, you change it to radians so that we can use the angle in other equations. Next is addendum. So here we'll insert an equation. This is equal to 1 divided by the diametral pitch, right? So that we have to add in quotations, but the value which we are seeing, it's up to two decimal places. So we'll go to options here, and under document properties units, you can set the length of the decimal places and angle to be up to 4 or 5 decimal places so that you can see what the actual value is. Then again, we'll continue filling up the equation table. Next is dedendum, that is B. So we'll again assign it by using an equation, which is 1.25 divided by the diametral pitch. So whenever you're inserting any variable in the equation under the value or equation column, you have to write the variable within quotations. Okay. So we'll keep on giving all the parameter values. Next is the pitch circle diameter, which is equal to the number of teeth divided by the diametral pitch, or number of teeth into module if we use metric system. Then also we have to define the base circle diameter, which is equal to pitch circle diameter times cos of pressure angle. You can see that this value of dB is coming in degrees. So if you click on automatically rebuild, it will show the value in inches, right? So that it is taking the value of phi, this value in radians, and it is calculating in inches. It doesn't matter if you're taking the value of phi in radians or degrees. But here sometimes it will show it in degrees. So if you click on automatically rebuild, you can get the value in inches. Then we have clearance, which is equal to dedendum minus addendum. And we have alpha angle, which is defined by this formula, which is square root of dp square minus db square divided by db into 180 by pi, right, minus phi. So we are also going to define beta as another variable here, which will be using to define the equation of the involute. So that's why I'm defining beta here. So this is 360 upon 4 times of n. So 4n has to be written within brackets minus the angle alpha. So once we are done with all the equations, we'll go to making the blank of the gear first. So we'll draw a circle in the front plane and give the dimension equal to the addendum circle diameter. Okay, so if you write equal to, you can see it will show global variables and all. So from there, we selected dp plus 2 times of addendum. So if you do that, you can define the circle. So it, you can see a summation type of symbol beside the dimension, right? So this tells you that this has been taken from an equation. So about mid plane, we are extruding it for 1 inch. The extrusion length is 1 inch. So once we are done, we'll start sketching on any one side of this blank. So I selected this side. Then we'll draw 3 circles. These 3 circles are pitch circle, base circle, and root circle or dedendum circle. Again, we have already defined these parameters in the equations. So if you, when you give the dimension, if you write equal to, you will get all these parameters. So just select them and click OK. And root circle diameter or dedendum circle, that will be pitch circle minus 2 times of the dedendum. So that we have to insert here. And we'll make the pitch circle and the base circle as construction. So I have done multiple selections, and from the left side, enable for construction. So they will become construction lines. Fine. Now I'll draw a straight line here. So with respect to this straight line, our first involute will be made. So to insert the involute equation, we'll go to equation driven curve, select parametric, and the x and y equations you have to give in terms of t. So I have written all these equations in a notepad. So I'm just copying these equations here. So this is a general involute equation. So my starting point is the radius of base circle. So that's why we have written db into 0.5. So db by 2 is the radius of the base circle, and parameter t we have defined. So you can see this is the preview of the involute. Now we'll draw another line. This is a reference line, and the angle between the horizontal line and this reference line will be beta. So you can type equal to and then select beta as the angle. And we have to insert another involute. So either you can insert another equation. It's a good practice. You will learn how to insert an involute equation. You can do that, or you can even mirror the first involute with respect to this reference line which you have made. So I'm copying and pasting the x and y equations for the involute, and I'll give the parameter t. I'll define the domain. So this is the involute. Once you're done, draw a solid line from the origin up to the second involute. This angle also should be equal to beta. All right.